All my life, He has been faithful. All my life, He has been so, so good. Yes, I'm talking about our God. He has been faithful to me, and I'm sure He has been faithful to you, even where we are not faithful to Him. And so this morning, I want to give Him thanks for all that He has done, all that He continues to do, and I'm just so happy He has made something beautiful out of my life. There's a song that says, something beautiful, something good. All of my confusion, He understood. All I have to offer Him was brokenness and strife. But He made something beautiful out of my life. Oh, something beautiful, something good. All of my confusion, He understood. All I had to offer Him was brokenness and strife, but He made something beautiful out of my life. Can you say the same thing? That He made something beautiful out of your life? You see, there's this theme that we seem to be talking about, is the fact that we should do what? Speak words of life over our life. Whatever you want to do, just speak it over your life. You have to do the first step, and by believing that you are able to, with God's help, all things are possible. And so it's important that we believe and we are assured that God will take us through. Let's go right into some affirmation. What are you affirming this morning? What are you affirming tonight, today? Whenever you're listening this, I want you to pause for just a minute and to say something you are grateful for. I'm thankful for the person who's watching this video, and I would love to know who you are. And how do you leave a footprint? By making a comment in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. I'm grateful for you today. I'm thankful for the person who also decided, you know what, I'm going to share this video with somebody else. Yes. At the end of this video, if you do enjoy it, then you can also do that. Share it with somebody. I am grateful for the gift of life. I'm grateful for the gift of love. You see, some people, it's difficult to love them. But when you find that you can love people no matter what, that is a blessing from God. Because some people are hard to love, you know. Some people would have said, Trina, me not love them. Me not love them. But we are to love everyone. Something beautiful that God has made out of our lives. So today, before we jump into the word, so we mix it up sometimes. So we'll put it at the end sometimes. So we'll put it at the middle. Sometimes we'll put it at the back. So you don't know we're going to do the shout outs. Today, we're going to do the shout outs right at this moment. So we want to shout out Tina, that's Camper 14. So the comment section I use to kind of, say thank you to some of my supporters who continue to follow and make a comment. So we saw Tina at Camper 14. Her name is Tina. Thank you, Tina. She's not a content creator, but she's a loyal follower. Tamara. So that's Tamara and Zane. That's the name of their channel. Tamara is a Jamaican. You can check out her channel. She has been very, very supportive to me, but she lives overseas and she does lots of stuff. Lately, she has been doing lots of hairstyle like braids and so on, but she do DIY. She's a teacher by profession. It's a great channel to follow and support. Me tell you, me meet her mother one time on our channel and me just love the woman they see. So Tamira, say hi to your mom for me again. JB, that's Joseph Brown. He is one of our residents. Yeah? Yeah, thank you, Joseph, for always stopping by. Joseph is also not a content creator, but he is a great supporter. Thank you, Joseph. We are seeing Iris. So that's Iris Saunders. Sister Iris. Allah. Sister Iris is our resident, another resident. She is just super. She's always following us, and we are grateful for you, girl. And guess what? Sister Iris' birthday coming up very soon. We're gonna celebrate with her. I hope I'll be able to go live by that time so we can give her a big shout out, right? Her birthday is coming up next week. Hey, Natasha. So that's Natasha Shan. Thank you so much for joining, Natasha. And Natasha is another resident. She is always supporting your girl. Big up yourself, Natasha. No, Natasha is a big chef. Yeah? Can cook. So they say you must can cook. Natasha can cook. She's also not a content creator. So I think only one content creator for made a comment this time. So most of the person who are here, not a content creator. And the final, and certainly not the least, she is a newbie to Trina, but she's also a very special person to me. You will hear later on about her. But this is Yannick Russell. I want to say thank you so much, Yannick. I really appreciate it. You did tell me that you would have subscribed, and you did, and you turned on the bell. I'm like, let me see you in the comment. Thank you, Yannick. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so continue to follow. You'll hear more about her, and we are going to jump straight into the word. There's so much time gone. Oh my God. But it's important. Sometimes we need to just pause to say thank you to people who has been very instrumental. But I know that's not what you come here for. All right? God is looking for people who are willing to break tradition. God is looking for people who are willing to break tradition. Are you one of those? I'm hearing you say yes, Trina. What tradition have you broken lately? All right. Have you broken anything in your life? The Bible says it speaks of this woman, and I think most of us should know this story, right? It was this woman who had an issue of blood. All my Bible scholars, how much here did he have the issue of blood? 12 long years. Touched the border of his garment, and immediately her flow stopped. Jesus asked, "Somebody touched me, for I perceive power is gone from me." Now, when the woman saw that she was not hidden, she declared she had touched him and how she was healed immediately. Now, I want to talk a little bit about that because for us as women, so for the women that are listening, but can I tell you that actually most of my supporters are male? A higher percentage of male follow me. Yes, based on the analytics. But for the ladies, you know when that time of the month comes, you know, oh, we feel, first of all, our feeling, we feel annoyed, we feel upset. It's like we snap at everything. I didn't realize that I was snapping so much until one day, you know, it's almost like every time that happened, I kind of pick a little argument with my husband. And I didn't realize until one day one of my friends said to me, "Trina, watch and see if it's not every time when it's that time, you always try to pick the argument." And I mean, I try to pick the argument like over simple thing. Yes, me do it. Yes, Selvita. I'll pick a little argument. I mean, meaning that sometimes some simple things I make a big deal out of. So that's what I mean. And you can imagine, and we know sometimes some people have some really, really heavy flow, and you know how uncomfortable that is. Can you imagine? I want you to sit and imagine somebody going through that for 12 days. Think about 12 months. That's a year. But 12 years? That can never, ever be a good feeling. No, this lady, she spent all that she had. She go to every doctor. My figure say every doctor where she hears she good. I figure this lady used all the money she had. She probably couldn't even keep a job. I don't know. Maybe back in those days, I didn't go out and work. But if it was in this present situation, she probably was not able to keep a job. Because you can imagine she might get sick, because we know if we are losing a lot of blood, we have to take a lot of fluid inside. Sometimes for some people now, you know, they have problems, and your iron level will go down, and all the works, all the things that will happen. So this woman she just said, look here, me, in my own words, I think she said, boy, me hear about this man Jesus, and he is him powerful and all of that. And she said, well, if him so powerful, maybe if me just touch the hem of his garment, I might be made whole. I think I'm going to make whole. I believe she was confident that he have so much power that if me touch him clothes, I'm going to be whole. That is what you call breaking tradition. What tradition are you willing to break? You have to be following the rules and the regulation. You know, I was listening to a video the other day, and it really jumped out at me. And the video was, the lady was saying, the person was saying, don't spend more than 5 years with any employer. I think 5 years is a little bit small still. I say 10. But you can imagine spending 20, 30 years and all those number of years with different employer. And when you leave, it's like they're not grateful for it. That's what she was saying. She said, no matter how much you think them love you and all of that. No, he says that's not your company. And she was saying, look here, do your work, do whatever you need to do, and move on. Are you willing to break tradition to say, I'm going to just move on to something new? Some of us, including myself, we don't like newness, like change and so on. But I'm certainly have been trying to change that, you know, over time, because I realize if I don't take the risk, then I may not necessarily be trying anything new. And so we need to understand that we have to break tradition. No, nobody in your family did it. None of your friends did it. So what? It doesn't mean I can't do it. So are you willing to break tradition? I want to encourage you. So the word that we read this morning came from St. Luke 8, verse 12. St. Luke 8 from verse 43 down. And a woman having an issue of blood 12 years, which she spent all her living with physician, neither could she be healed of any, came behind him, touched the border of his garment, and immediately her issue of blood stanched, meaning it stopped. And Jesus said, who touched me? No, Jesus not easy, you know. Jesus know. Jesus knew who touched him, you know. But I guess he wanted her to, I would guess he wanted God to be glorified in all of it, and for the one to identify himself. Jesus said, who touched me? Now, when all denied, Peter says they were with him, Master, you know, see the multitude around thee. How you ask who touch you when you see so many people around you? And Jesus said, somebody touch me, because I perceive that virtue is gone out of me. And the woman saw that she was not hid, came trembling, falling down before him, and declared unto him before all the people for what caused her to touch him. And she was healed immediately. And God said to him, Jesus said to him, daughter, be of good courage, or be of good comfort. Thy faith has made thee whole. Go in peace. So sometimes you have to break the tradition. There was another man who broke tradition by taking off the roof of the building to put him down for Jesus to heal him, because the crowd was so thick it would have been impossible. And his friend said, listen, we're going to take off the roof of the building. You remember those? Break tradition. What tradition are you willing to break? No, the woman understood that Jesus was visiting her. So there are three important lessons here, and I want you to take note of them. Get your pen, get your paper, whatever, get your iPad, get your notepad, whatever it is. But take note of these three things, and these are things that are important lessons for life. Number one, recognize and seize your moment of opportunity. Now, this woman, she understood that Jesus was visiting her hometown and might not be back. Jesus was so busy. In come here, so today you're never sure if he's going to pass back your way. So this woman knows saying, listen, that's my moment. That's a God moment, right? And when you rearrange your priorities, overcome your fears, and exercise your faith, if you don't, you will miss the best. So seize the moment. I remember going recently to one of my friends' church, and I was going there for the first time, and it was overseas. And I went there, and I said to myself, I'm going to go for prayer, you know. Prayer can't be too much. So while the pastor, well, he's a prophet, while he was praying for the persons who were lining up, I was saying, all right, I'm going to wait until the line gets short. As I was saying that in myself, my friend said to me, you're not going up. And I said, I'll wait till the line gets short. And she said to me, you better go on now, because it now go down. As it go down, other people are going to join. And I said, okay. And I got up and I did it. And let me tell you something. When the man started praying for me, he started to pray. Now, as I said, this is our first time in a new country. And he just started to pray some things. And I said, God, to God be the glory. And he gave me some words, and he declared some things in my life. And I received them by the power of God. And can I tell you, when the man finished praying for me, the lady who came after me, and he began to pray for her, immediately they were distracted to somebody else who was sitting close at the front. This person started to pass out. They realized she was getting sick, and the man had to go to her, started praying. I think her pressure went up or something, and she basically passed out in the church. And let me tell you something, they prayed and he prayed and he prayed and he prayed until she came back to life. She probably, I don't know if she was like dead, but there was no movement, no nothing, but they believed God. And then they called the ambulance for it, because she was saying he has to be wise. He want to make sure the ambulance people came and they do their checks. And so they took her to the hospital, do the various checks and everything, and kept her for observation and all of that. Why I'm saying this, you might be saying, what you not tell me this story for? I promise you there was a point to this. Seizing the moment. What happened after my prayer? Nobody has got any prayer. No, if I had waited to the end of the line, I would not have gotten the blessing. I would not have gotten it. So I seize the moment. So what opportunity is being presented to you that you are not seizing the moment? What is that opportunity? Take that leap of faith. This lady said, look here, me not sure if Jesus I go pass back this way. So me, I go seize the moment. Right? Sometimes we miss our opportunities because we are not doing as we should do. We become fearful, we become timid. We don't want to take the risk. Well, Trina telling you, seize the moment. Number 2, be willing to try a different approach. Think about something in your life. Doing it the same thing. They said it's madness if you're doing the same thing over and over and over and expect to get a different result. You are mad. And we don't have no mad people around here. We don't keep mad people around here. Right? So what you have to do, you have to be willing to try something new. No, I share a testimony with a friend of mine who was working in this place, and she decided that, listen, I'm gonna try something new, and she applied for a position in a different department, and she went and she got through because she said, I was just tired of the department that I'm in. I want to do something new. So be willing to try something new. No, one of my videos, I was willing to try. I saw a one-pot recipe. And from doing that one, there are some other ideas coming into my mind that I'm intending to do. What I did, I saw it on one of my friends' channel, College's Kitchen. I went over there and I saw her doing a one-pot meal with curried chicken, one pot meal. So we basically cook everything in one pot. Yes, we did. So you can check out the video. I can probably link it for you, but you can check out that video. It's not too far from this one. And let me tell you, it was just so good. And I put I add something different from what she added. And I believe that makes it even so much different because I was willing to try something new. So what are you willing to try? So for this lady, she couldn't get the attention. She couldn't get Christ's attention because of the crowd. The woman touched the hem of his garment and was healed. She tried something new because she probably that poor cow way. She was pushing her way through the crowd, but she couldn't. She couldn't find her way out, right? And so she discovered there's still power in just the hem of his garment. So she did it. And the final of the 3 points is establish a precedent for others to follow. Right? Make sure somebody can follow what you do. Right? So you want to set the standard, set a bar, and be willing to also share. Some people are very selfish. They do something and say, me, now share it. Really? The person can't stop you from achieving what you achieve. Oh no. I know many persons might say they want the YouTube channel. They say, me go tell them say no do it because me I do it. I must be crazy. There are millions and billions of people out there for you waiting. Maybe maybe you have a little thought and say, no, I think we can do what Trina do. But we probably now can't talk so much. Maybe do one like 5 minutes video or so. Why don't you go ahead? Go ahead. You can start with 1 minute video. Hello? Go ahead and do it, paving the way. Set that precedent for others. Until this time, no one in the scripture had ever been healed by touching Jesus' garment, and the woman's faith opened the door for others to follow. What have you done of late that you're open up the door for others to follow? I've done some things. Oh my God. Look at me now. I may not yet be monetized, but listen, look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now. I almost have 1,000 videos, Look back up there, 800 and odd. Yes. When I started this, I couldn't believe I made so far. So, people brought their sick and begged him to let the sick touch Jesus' cloak. And who touched me? Are you willing to make that bold step? Are you willing? The fact is, God is looking for people who are willing to break tradition. Are you one of those? Let me say it again. God is looking for people who are willing to break tradition. And when he finds them, he will use them to unlock new dimension of his power so others can be blessed and be made whole. What tradition are you willing to break? Which one? What tradition are you willing to break? Pave the way for somebody else. What dimension? I encourage you today, go right ahead and do it. Be willing to break tradition. Remember these three things. Number one, recognize and seize your moment of opportunity. Number two, be willing to try a different approach. And number three, establish a precedent for others to follow. Go out and break those traditions. God bless you, and may his face continue to shine upon you, and may he be gracious to you until my next one. Bye, everybody. Take care of yourself. Walk good. And remember, go out and do what? Live your best life. Seize the moment. Take care.